So you're thinking about moving to Farmington, Michigan. Well, in this video, we want to give you a tour of downtown Farmington, a little bit about Farmington Hills, some of the real estate, some of the different subdivisions, the price point from a housing perspective, so you can see if it's a good city for you. Hello and welcome to the Living in Detroit channel. I am your host, Matt Talbot. Today, we are in Farmington, Michigan. We're excited to tour downtown Farmington, a little bit about Farmington Hills, some of the real estate options, kind of show you the lay of the land of what it's like to live in Farmington Hills. So if you're thinking about moving to Michigan, or if you're thinking about moving to this area, you can have a better understanding of Farmington. So we are right downtown Farmington. It is like rush hour in the morning. We're right at the corner of Grand River and Farmington Road, which is downtown Farmington. As you can see, it's a very cute old town for a lot of different reasons. So we want to walk around town, show you a little bit about what this looks like in downtown Farmington, and kind of show you some of the specifics. To give you the lay of the land, Farmington is an old city. It was actually incorporated back in the early 1800s, like 1825 or something like that. It was the center of 3 different Indian trails, according to Wikipedia. So 3 different Native American trails was the center of those trails. And so because of that, it's a very old town. A lot of people are here for a very, very long time. Due to that oldness, downtown Farmington has a lot of cool real estate. It has a lot of cool Victorian homes, has a lot of interesting old town feel. If you think about this back in the 1800s or early 1900s, I mean, this would have been really cool, right? Horse and buggy, people would have rolled up on their horse and buggy. You have all your downtown areas that used to be the old bank, right? And so we'll show you some of the B-roll, what it's like to be down here, and obviously has changed a lot through the years. But like I talk about a lot on this channel, these downtown areas like a Farmington, a Plymouth, a Rochester, they're all over the place. You get these cool downtown areas that I think are just absolutely fantastic and a big part of Southeast Michigan. So Farmington, where we're standing right now, is about 35 minutes to the airport. You're about 20 miles to downtown Detroit, which is about 25-30 minutes to downtown Detroit from here in Farmington. Farmington is kind of in a unique location. It is actually part of Oakland County, and you sit off of a couple different expressways depending on which way you want to go. So you're right on the 696 corridor. You're actually not far from M5, as well as 275, which goes north and south. 696 can take you east and west, so that can take you back over into the Royal Oak area. It can take you to Troy, it can take you to Birmingham. Grand River can take you right to downtown Detroit if you continue to head down Grand River as well too. So very central location. It is west of the city of Detroit, a little bit northwest of the city of Detroit, and like I said, sits in Oakland County. So depending on where your work is, depending on where you're commuting to, this can be a great location. Let's go ahead and walk around. Okay, similar to a lot of the other downtowns we talk about on this channel, like I said, you have all the different stuff that you want. We're in front of the Irish pub. There's an Italian sandwich place across the street, a couple different breweries. Obviously, you see the old Civic Theater here right downtown. So again, it gives you all those different options of walkability and stuff to do in a downtown area. Like I said, we hit it kind of early in the morning, so traffic is a little bit hectic of people going to work, and it's not quite busy down here yet because it is so early in the morning. However, you know, there's a lot of different stuff to do in a city like Farmington, and definitely here in downtown Farmington. One Up Arcade, you got the Beyond Juice across the street, and there's a lot of other different things happening down here as well too. They do some different get-togethers throughout the year. Up on the right, a couple blocks from here, is a cool thing that they do downtown as well too in the winter, where you can actually ice skate and all that type of stuff. But also surrounding this area is a lot of your major shopping and everything you might need. There's a rest time across the street. If you head up and down Grand River, I mean, it's really limitless as far as grocery stores, all your different department stores, hardware stores, all that good stuff. So, you know, you get your optics center, there's insurance across the street, all that cool stuff in that small town feel. But again, you are here in a suburb of Detroit, really Oakland County, but not kind of bordering Wayne County here. So you're 20 minutes to 30 minutes to the city, 30 minutes to the airport as well too. So it's a very, very central location, but you definitely get that small town feel as well. So we want to show you some of the real estate, some of the Victorian stuff. We'll hit a couple more spots down here as well too. But again, this is the general vibe of downtown Farmington. So across the street is the Farmington Pavilion. That's what I was talking about, where you can ice skate. So a few years ago, I don't remember the year, maybe like 2015-ish, I'm just guesstimating, they put a few $1 million into downtown Farmington to kind of add to it, and that was a big portion of it. So I'm looking at the annual events in downtown Farmington. The trailer needs a little bit of work. So I'm looking at the annual events in downtown Farmington. Heart of Art, Ladies Night Out, Farmers Market, Art on the Grand, Lunch Beats, Rhythm in Riley Park, Founders Festival, Harvest Moon Celebration, Grand Raven Festival, Riley Park Ice Rink, that's the one I was talking about, Small Business Saturday, and Holidays and Tree Lighting downtown. So we'll show you what that looks like across the street, which is, like I said, the Farmington Pavilion. Here's a little map, maybe we can get up close on that, but there's a lot of little pockets of businesses, of coffee shops, of restaurants, of shopping, bigger brands, local boutique stuff, all the stuff that your heart would desire for a downtown area. So let's check out the pavilion across the street so you can see one of the gathering centers here in Farmington. Okay guys, like I said, this is the pavilion. This is kind of the meeting center. In the winter, they turn this into an ice rink, which is cool. You can come skate. But again, it's surrounded by different strip malls, different shopping, all that type of stuff that you want. Bulldog's cheesesteaks, I see. Dagwood's Deli is on there. Chocolate Chip Bakery. Okay, there's a lot more. There's a TJ Maxx over here. There's a lot of other, shopping. Time Market is behind me as well too. Starbucks on the corner, H&R Block, all that good stuff. Anything that you would need in a day-to-day for that suburban small town living right downtown. So some people choose to live in Farmington, walking distance, walk the dog, hang out with the kids, whatever, walk downtown here as well. But then there's a lot of surrounding communities as well. So the close real estate to downtown Farmington is going to be a lot of old Victorians. There are some rental options and stuff like that as well too. And then as you spread out, Farmington Hills is the township kind of Farmington, or sister city, which surrounds Farmington as well too. So we're going to show you some flavors of real estate. We're going to show you some B-roll, the subdivision, some of the different areas, so you can kind of see the vibe and see if Farmington's for you. But this is downtown, the Pavilion, cool spot, lots of happenings here in Farmington. Okay, Mike and I always talk about restaurant ratings. I'm kind of bougie when it comes to certain types of eating out. And I have not been to Blueberry Brunch behind me yet, but our threshold is usually 4.3, depending on tourist town, what part of town. Sometimes 4.4, sometimes 4.2, but our threshold is usually 4.3, and usually 4.5 and up is great. They're newer, there's only 80 ratings so far, but on Google, this is Google, it's not Yelp, it's not other places, this is Google reviews, okay? They're at 4.6. Now, I don't want to be a hater. If you run like a Coney Island, or you run more of a family dining spot, okay, you're not gonna probably be in that 4 or 5 plus. I'm talking about like nice brunch, nice dinner, good lunch spots, okay? You need to be in that 4.3 or higher. Blueberry Brunch, 4.6. I gotta try it, I haven't been. Okay guys, we're just a few minutes up the road, so we actually just head down Grand River a little bit west. We head down Drake Road, so that's also kind of a staple in this Farmington area here. And we're at Drake and Old Homestead. As you can see, we're in front of Independence Commons. So we're gonna give you a quick tour, but I wanna give you an example of something that really is, for the most part, in that $4 to $550 price range. There's a couple homes a little bit less than that, a little bit more than that, but to kind of show you really that $400,000 to $500,000, call it, price point in a city like Farmington. So these homes are actually built in the 1960s and 1970s. So it's an older type subdivision. A lot of Farmington Hills has these types of subdivisions throughout, and just different areas, right? Different areas here in Michigan. But Independence Commons, cool subdivision. I like Farmington because a lot of these subdivisions are a little bit older. There's big trees. A lot of times your lots are a little bit bigger. To give you a rundown on some of the statistics on a subdivision like this, really most of the homes are from about 2,500 to 3,500 square feet. Really most of them about 2,000 to about 3,200 square feet. Like I said, built in the 60s and 70s. The average price per square foot in here here is about $172 per foot. So Farmington Hills as a whole is really in that $200 a square foot. These are a little bit bigger homes than some of the other homes throughout Farmington. And so from my opinion, I think good bang for your buck in a lot of different reasons. Days on market is 17 days on this sub over the last 2 years. So when you talk about a lot of days on market locally, 20 to 30 days on market, a home like this will sell really, really fast if they're nice and updated. Some of the benefits of a subdivision like this are sometimes you're gonna get something that's move-in ready, that has been updated, and sometimes you can find something that needs a little bit of TLC. Someone that's been in the home, 1 or 2 owners over the last, 50, 60 years. Sometimes that can be a really solid home to buy as well too, and then renovate it for yourself. So let's get some B-roll. We'll take you through the sub, show you some different examples of the photography, and that's a quick rundown of Independence Commons here in Farmington. So we toured a little bit outside of the city of Farmington. We're just into Farmington Hills at this point. To take you down the path of which we drove, we took Grand River to Halstead and then went north on Halstead. That's where you get into a lot of Farmington Hills. As you can see, we're in front of Farmington Hills Golf Club. There's also the Pines, which is a grill here as well too. But one of the features as far as things to do throughout Southeast Michigan and throughout a lot of the communities are some of these golf courses. There's small golf courses like this, more public courses, and there's also a lot of private courses once you continue to head north into Oakland County. Once you get into West Bloomfield, Birmingham, Franklin, there's a lot of different private clubs as well throughout this area. So cool pocket here, a lot of cool subdivisions around here too. We want to show you at least one other subdivision on our tour today of Farmington Hills, so you can see a little bit more lay of the land. But it's beautiful here, very quiet, big pine trees everywhere, good vibes. I'm a golfer. I grew up playing a lot of junior golf, a little bit in college and stuff like that. So for me, cool golf courses local is always a nice benefit. So we want to show you a flavor of one of those here in the Farmington area. Okay, as we move on in our journey here of Farmington Hills, we're actually at the Halstead Hills subdivision. We're at really not far from 12 Mile and Halstead Road, so we just continue right down Halstead Road to this general part of town. So the reason why this is such a sought out area is there's tons of different businesses down 12 Mile Road, down the 696 corridor and around the general area here. So a lot of people move here because they're an engineer, they're gonna work at Bosch up the street, or they're gonna work at Bosch in Plymouth, or maybe like Panasonics right up the way. There's a Mercedes corporate location not far from here as well too. So there's lots of businesses happening in the general Farmington Hills area in some of the surrounding communities. So that's one of the reasons why it's such a sought out area. So this pocket of town, the sales are a little bit sporadic because there's not a lot of people moving the general area. We want to give you a tour of some of the surrounding communities here as well too that are really in that 600,000 give or take. So some of them are 600, some of them going to 750 plus in this pocket of town, but there's a variety of different real estate throughout this part of Farmington Hills. So the city of Farmington is about 11,000 people. Farmington Hills is like 80,000 people plus, like 82,000 people plus. So it's a much bigger area. There's tons of different subdivisions. There's tons of different price points. There's a lot of different apartment living, condo living, which we're not even talking about today. There's a plethora of different options when it comes to the general idea of living in a Farmington Hills. Also, this location, as we move north from Farmington, we're only like 10 minutes to 12 Oaks Mall. We're close to a lot of the stuff that Novi has to offer, which is limitless shopping like 12 Oaks Mall and some of the surrounding stuff as well too. So we want to give you some B-roll, some tours of the different subdivisions locally here so you can see what the general vibe of these subdivisions are, what these homes look like. as you can see, just another gorgeous subdivision here in Farmington Hills at that 12 and Halstead general area. We're really closer to 13 Mile now. Halstead Estates is across the way. We're at Copper Creek. I mean, beautiful landscape, beautiful subdivision. There's a little golf course here as well. So, you know, Farmington Hills, lots of different real estate, lots of different price points, really averaging from, you know, 300s to $1 million plus, depending on what you're looking for. There's a variety of different options for different families and folks out there, depending on what you are looking for your unique needs. So Farmington, Farmington Hills, Oakland County, central location, downtown Farmington, Victorian homes, big real estate, cool subdivisions, the whole 9 yards. It could be a great fit for you and your family. If so, let us know. My name is Matt Talbot. This is the Living in Detroit channel. My brokerage is Redefined Real Estate. Thank you so much for checking out today's video. You have a fantastic day.